What if the most revealing love stories in showbiz aren't told through confessions, but through silence? Because lately, when Chen Zheyuan is anywhere near Li Chen, something shifts, subtle, unmistakable, and almost impossible to rehearse. One small choice here, one quiet gesture there, and suddenly the internet is asking the same question. Why does he treat her differently? And why does it feel so real? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear isn't about big rumors. It's about the tiny moments that can't easily be faked, and the emotional truth they sometimes carry. What people respond to most is not a single headline moment, but a pattern that repeats quietly over time. One warm glance could be coincidence. One gentle exchange could be good manners. But when similar behaviors keep resurfacing across different settings, on set, during promotions, in interviews, viewers begin to sense that something is being revealed unintentionally. Consistency is persuasive because it feels less like performance and more like habit. And habit usually forms where there is comfort, respect, and emotional ease. In public-facing industries, many interactions are polished. Words are chosen carefully, smiles are rehearsed, and gestures can be strategic. That is precisely why consistency feels so striking. It suggests the person is no longer thinking about the effect they are creating. Instead, they are simply reacting. A softer tone, a lingering attention, a quiet willingness to let the other person have space. These things do not sell loudly, but they communicate a steady kind of regard. For audiences, this creates a sense of trust. They may not know the truth, but they recognize a familiar human rhythm. When you genuinely value someone, you become more considerate without making a show of it. The story becomes less about dramatic romance and more about a subtle transformation. How a person's presence can make another person calmer, kinder, and slightly more open. That is why the different feels compelling. It does not demand belief. It invites observation, and it grows stronger the more it quietly repeats. Micro moments are powerful because they bypass logic and go straight to recognition. A longer pause before answering, a half smile that arrives too early, eye contact that lingers, not to impress, but because the mind stays where it feels safe. These details are small, yet they carry emotional texture. Audiences respond because they have lived these moments themselves, at school, at work, in friendships, and in love. It is not the scale of the gesture that convinces them, it is the timing. In psychology, people often trust behavior more than language because behavior tends to leak the truth. Words can be curated, micro-reactions are harder to control. When the transcript describes gentler posture, softened voice, or the instinct to notice fatigue, it frames a kind of intimacy that does not require a public label. Viewers interpret micro moments as honest precisely because they look unplanned. They appear as reflex rather than strategy. These micro moments also create narrative participation. Instead of being told what to think, viewers become detectives of feeling. They replay clips, compare scenes, and read expressions as if they were reading subtext in a novel. The emotional reward is not only finding evidence, but feeling capable of understanding people. That is why this type of content spreads. It offers the audience the pleasure of interpretation. Most importantly, micro moments restore something many viewers crave in celebrity storytelling: emotional realism. Not fireworks, not declarations. Just the quiet truth that sometimes the most meaningful signals are the ones that slip through when nobody is trying to perform. The most modern kind of romance is not loud devotion, it is respectful presence. In the story you're building, what stands out is not flirtation, but a careful attentiveness that does not demand attention. That is exactly why viewers find it moving. Many people are tired of exaggerated displays and dramatic posturing. They are drawn instead to steadiness, behavior that says, "I see you, and I will not make your life harder." Respect shows itself in small priorities, allowing someone to leave first so they are not overwhelmed, offering practical comfort when they are tired, standing back so their moment remains theirs. None of these gestures are glamorous, yet they feel intimate because they are considerate. They imply an understanding of boundaries and a desire to protect dignity. For audiences, that reads as emotionally mature. It suggests care without possession. This framing also avoids the traps of gossip. Rather than trying to prove a private relationship, it highlights values that are universally admirable: kindness, composure, and a calm willingness to support someone without turning it into a spectacle. In this sense, the story becomes inspirational. Even if viewers never learn the truth, they still take away something meaningful: the idea that affection can be expressed through respect, and that the gentlest kind of closeness is often the most believable. Element 2. Micro-respect. Watch for small behaviors that prioritize the other person's ease, letting them speak first, stepping back so they can shine, checking on their comfort. This frames chemistry as consideration, not flirting. Element 3. Unscripted warmth. Look for expressions that seem to appear before awareness: an involuntary smile, a softened gaze, a moment of quiet pride. The goal is not to prove anything, but to identify why certain moments feel human. Then, invite viewers to explain one score in the comments with a single sentence: what they noticed and what it made them feel. This brings emotional language into the conversation, not just rumors. It also keeps the community tone positive. Finally, you can add a viewer spotlight. Feature the most thoughtful comment in the next video. That simple promise can significantly boost engagement while keeping the content respectful, advertiser safe, and genuinely interactive. If we strip away the noise, the most grounded answer is this: he appears to treat her with a gentleness that feels instinctive. That instinct matters because it suggests an internal shift, an openness that is not demanded but drawn out naturally by another person's presence. Whether the source is admiration, creative trust, friendship, or something more private, the effect is the same. He seems more human, less guarded, and slightly more at ease. The transcript's emotional core is not, are they together? But what does this behavior reveal about who he is becoming? People rarely change in public unless something inside them has moved. When someone makes your days feel lighter, you begin to move differently through the world. You notice more. You soften more. You become less interested in appearing perfect and more interested in being present. That is why audiences keep returning to this story. It is not only about two celebrities. It is about a familiar human experience. The way a meaningful connection can quietly reshape your habits. It can turn caution into warmth, distance into attentiveness, and silence into a language of its own. And that is the safest, most sincere way to frame it. Not as a claim, but as an observation. What viewers are responding to may be simple: respect that repeats, care that stays consistent, and a connection that does not need to announce itself to be felt. In the end, the truth behind the chemistry may not be a headline. It may be a feeling, one expressed through small actions that, together, tell a story more convincing than words. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is simply strong on-screen chemistry? Or do you feel there's something deeper in the way they interact? Write your thoughts in the comments, respectfully, of course. If you enjoyed this kind of warm, detailed showbiz storytelling, please subscribe to LVT Showbiz, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Thank you for watching, and as always, sometimes the most beautiful feelings are the ones people never have to announce.